and we will get started. So, I am Latanya Martin. I am the broker owner of Grand Style Homes here in Nashville, Tennessee. And our office is located in East Nashville, but I can say since COVID, we really turned to more of a virtual space. So, we're conducting meetings. We have virtual boards, even though the office is available and open for agents to go in and do one-on-one consultations if they want to do that. Even our meetings, we do them virtually now. I know some do meet outside and go out. I don't as much, but when you're in real estate, you do have to get out because you have to meet with clients. So we're going to talk a little bit about how things are now, how the real estate market is, how it is being a realtor, a realtist, a real estate agent. And before we get started on that end, on how it is right now and what it takes to get your license, we have our coach, Bill Sparkman. Bill Sparkman has been a coach since and in the real estate and mortgage industry since 1987. I met him back in 2000. Well, actually, before 2007, I had met him and attended some of his trainings. And then he became my coach. And he's now the coach for our office and to help our agents kick off their real estate careers and get going. Um, but he's very motivational and very helpful in helping you understand the nuts and bolts of what you need to do to start your real estate career because it's a business. A real estate career is a business. So I'm going to turn it over to Bill, and he's going to take it away, and then we'll talk about the steps to obtaining your real estate license.
And exactly, I'm glad that everybody joined. I have a feeling that you're on this meeting tonight because you got something stirring inside of you. There's something saying that there may be something bigger for you and your family and your life, and real estate is definitely something that can really fulfill that. Some of you may be considering the real estate business because you're tired of working for somebody else. Maybe you've said that, it's time for me to start my own business. And really, real estate is it. You are going to be starting your own business. What a great way to do that and actually help in changing the quality of life for people. I was talking to a group of agents today, and we were talking about, it's not really about selling houses. When somebody buys a home and you're able to help them make that happen, you're really altering the quality of life for someone. It really changes how people move forward. So what a great tool and a great time. Now I know, Latanya, we've talked about the situation that we've been involved in the last year or so. It seems like 10 years with the coronavirus and the COVID. And it's interesting to me that in the midst of all that, and I don't know how it is exactly in Oxford, Mississippi, or how it is exactly in Key West, Florida, but in Middle Tennessee, last year was an incredible year in our area for buying and selling homes. It was just an incredible year, and I think that says a lot about what we're ready for in the future. So I want to tell you a couple of things to help maybe give you that pathway, an idea of what it really takes, not to just start a business and work for yourself and be your own boss, but how to do that and really be successful along the way. I have been coaching real estate agents for Latanya said 87. That's a long time. I'm old, I guess, with that. But about 25 years, and there's always something going on. When I started in real estate, interest rates were 18.5%, and people said, "Oh, nobody's ever going to buy a house." Well, we sold a lot of houses. I don't exactly remember how we did it with those interest rates, but people are always going to want to own their own home. It's something you don't have to give out samples when you sell it. My grandparents wanted to own their own home. My parents did. I wanted to own my own home. My kids did. My grandkids did. It's something that's not going to go out of style. We've had to change it up a bit, especially in the last 12 months. We've altered the way that we've actually sold homes and virtually showed homes and virtually done it. But the key is the demand is as high as it's probably ever been. And I think part of it is just because of the product that you're actually, and I keep saying selling. It's difficult to really sell a house. You've got to be really good at other things. And I think with an agent I was coaching today, she sold 100 homes last year. And I mean, that's atypical. I'm not going to say that, hey, everybody could sell 100 homes a year. But the key we were talking about were the intangible skills that she had. She was saying, it's hard to just sell a house. I mean, you got to really make sure that you found the home that matched the needs and the desires of the people that you're working with. But to actually go in and try to sell it, no, you don't have to. Homes kind of sell their own. So I want to, in our short time, I want to give you some of the ideas for I want you to think about as you move forward. Not hype, not motivation. I'm not just saying that this is a great time to be in the real estate business because it's some hype. It is a great time. Look at what's going on alone, just with the interest rates today. I mean, 2-3%. Are you kidding me? Anybody that's renting today, my question always is, so explain that to me like I'm a 4-year-old. There's so much that's available today that really wasn't, just a short time ago. So I want to show you how you can build a 6-figure income selling real estate. Of course, once you're licensed, and Latanya will tell you about that. Whether you're working full-time or part-time, I coach brand. Here's another concept I want you to think about. A new agent. It's almost like everybody's new. I'm coaching agents that have been in the business for 20 years and they're still struggling. They haven't figured out yet about how to really make their business work. So with all the changes that go on every day, it's almost like we're all new, which is kind of cool. Everybody coming in. There should be no fear of someone that's coming into the real estate business new, a new licensee, that they're new and that they're going to need more experience to really grow their business. Because I think what I can tell you for sure is experience is one of the things you don't really need. And I know that's a difficult one, but I think experience is overrated. Once again, I know plenty of realtors that have all the experience in the world. They got all the letters after their name and they've been around a long time, but they're just not growing their business. They're not creating the revenue that they had hoped to. So it's not just from experience. But then again, I also know and coach a lot of brand new agents, let's put it this way, new licensees that are absolutely killing their first year into the business. They're doing what it takes to go along and make that happen. So I'm going to give you a couple of clues about why is it that some brand new agents can really create a thriving real estate business, while there's others that have been in the business for 5-10 years that are still trying to figure it out. And I hope you'll be able to see a couple of differences between the two. Everybody listen to this. Everybody that starts in the real estate business starts at the bottom 10%. There's nobody that comes in that first day and they're like a top superstar. No, we all start right there at the bottom. And now if you can add the things that are important to growing your business, it can really accelerate that ride to get to the top for you, if that's really what you want. But we all start there. You just don't have to be any smarter. It's interesting. If you don't have to have more experience to win, and if you don't have to be smarter to win, and I can vouch for that, you don't have to be smart to win. You have to know your business. You have to have great desire and other things, but you don't have to be, I know agents also that spend the first 5 years trying to get smart. And what they lose out on is really creating the business that they'd hoped for. So now if it's not that, so let's talk about some of the things that is required. If it's not experience, if you don't really have to be smart, here's some of the things that I know that you really do need to bring with you if getting into the real estate business is going to be one of the next steps for you. Let's see how to say this. Well, of course, a license, but Latanya will talk about that. Yes, you have to have a license, which is great. But the first thing you have to have is a white hot burning desire. This isn't something where you go, you know what? I think I'll try real estate. You got to have something inside of you that's burning, that really wants to create the financial freedom for yourself and your family, and not only for you, but help others create the financial freedom in their life. Help others with that. See, that's that desire that I think it's more than just I want to try this out. You have that when your heart starts beating about wanting to be your own boss and start your own business and really help your family create that freedom that real estate business can allow. That's where I think that's more important than those other things. Experience, who cares? If you don't have your heart beating about wanting to do this, it's not going to really matter. You have to really be clear, and I help agents every day get very clear about their purpose. Well, why are you doing this? Oh, I want to get in the real estate business. Okay, that's a great idea. So why do you want to do it? You have to sell me first before you sell anybody else. But why do you want to do it? It's purpose for me that creates motivation. People always say that, oh, you're motivated. I'm not. I have no time to motivate people. I want to help people really find what it is that will really motivate them to do what they need to do every day. So, but it starts with purpose. You see, purpose is what fuels motivation. So when you have a high level of really knowing why you're doing this, and you can get really clear about, you know what, this is why I'm doing it. I had somebody 2 days ago tell me they wanted to get into the real estate business because they wanted to make a lot of money. And I said, well, okay, so let's look at that. Yeah, you can make a lot of money in real estate. I got it. All right. But if money is what drives you every day, it's going to be a little difficult because people will read that. They can already tell. Now, so if it's not really the money, it's really what the money that you make in the real estate business will be able to provide for you and your family. It's the money that you'll make that will allow you to give back to the community, to give back to your church, to give. See, it's the money. Yeah, money's great, but I'm more interested in what are you going to do when you get it. So I think purpose is huge. It's what keeps you going when you lose your mojo, when you have those days where you're wondering why you got in this business. You got to go back and remember what was my purpose, and I think that's what keeps you going. Is really knowing why you're doing it. So first of all, that's a requirement. I'm sorry, you got to really be having that desire, that level of motivation that'll keep you moving forward. The second thing you really need is you got to have the right business plan. When you get into the real estate business and you join a firm like Latanya's real estate company, you're really growing a business. Now, they don't teach you that when you learn how to pass the test. Basically, you'll learn how to pass the test. But that doesn't mean that you're going to know how to grow a business. You need a great business plan, and you need to take that next step. For many of you, for many I coach, they're running $1 million business. You're going to be licensed to run $1 million business. Now think about that. With the right plan, and the average price of homes where we live in Middle Tennessee, how many houses do you think you have to sell a year to tell somebody you run $1 million business? 3, 4? I mean, with an average price of only 250,000, which I don't know if we can get too many of those anymore, but even with that, it's only 4 houses a whole year, and you're running $1 million business. See, that's where I think your head and your mindset is. I'm just not a real estate agent. I'm running a business. And every day I have a plan that's directing my activities, that creates structure for my business. A lot of people come into real estate from another job, or they have a job currently that creates structure for them. It tells them when they can go to lunch, when they have to start, when they can go home, when they can take a break. Well, structure when you come into the real estate business, it's not there. See, you create your own structure, and you better have a really good business plan. You better have great mentors. You better have great leaders that provide and help move that along for you. So structure and direction is something that I've always built my real estate training and coaching on, because I know that people that come into the business or people that are struggling, what they really need is that daily structure, routines, the habits that it takes to create the wins that they're looking for. So it's just having that blueprint that really shows you how to create the results that you're looking for. Everybody has goals. They tell me their goals all the time. Oh, here's my goal. I want to make 50,000 this year, 200,000 this year. Well, that's all right. I got it. But you're going to have to show me how you're going to do it. And that's where I generally come in. I have to help people put together a plan that will help them create the predictability. Because see, once you lose that predictable paycheck, you have to be able to create your business so you can still forecast your income. And I had somebody else say, yeah, but come on, I'm on commission. How do I know how much I'm going to make? Well, that's not good enough. You better have the right plan, the right activities, so you can tell me how much you're going to make in April and how much you're going to be making in March and in July and next September. Predictability of income is what keeps you in the business. Once you can't predict that any longer, it becomes a little bit difficult. So again, your plan has to be able to offer all of that. Not only taking what your goal is, but showing you the daily activities, whether you're working 10 hours a week or you're working 50 hours a week. There has to still be a plan that addresses that. I coach a lot of part-time agents that only can dedicate 10 or 15 hours a week to grow their business, which is okay. I got it. Now we have to create a plan that will take that time that you can dedicate to create the results you're looking for. So got to have a great plan. And it's interesting to me that less than 5% of all realtors even have a written sales plan. I don't get it. They're in the sales business, they're running their own company, but they don't have a plan. Crazy. So the next thing is you have to understand that plans don't create results. I don't care how great your plan is, and I give lots of great plans, but that doesn't mean you're going to get any results. The results come from your action. It's taking the plan, agreeing that if this is what it's going to take, that I'm willing to and committed to execute the plan. You know, the plan's nice, but you got to be willing to say, you know what, I'm going to take that plan up to the next level. I think that's how you get lucky in the real estate. I teach people how to get lucky in real estate. It's kind of interesting. I don't think luck is a coincidence. You can get up every day or anytime you want to get your real estate business going. For me, luck is about showing up in all the new ways we have to show up today, in all the virtual ways we show up. But you got to just keep showing up. The more you show up, the luckier you get. I don't know. You got to wake up and get up and dress up and show up. And listen, there's somebody that you know that's going to want to buy or sell a house tomorrow. I guarantee it. I don't care if it's where you work, where you live. There is somebody very close to you that is really getting ready to buy or sell a home. We just have to show you in your plan and show you how to execute it so you can go find those people. Everybody wants a house. Not everybody can get one, by the way. I got it. That's why we have our future home ownership program going. So we show people what they have to do so that they can prepare themselves to buy a home in the future. Because your plan will show you the activities that you need to do to find people that are ready to buy homes today. And then there's some that's going to be ready someday. We have to get them, we sort of incubate those and help them for the future. So got to have great desire. You got to have a great plan. You got to be willing to execute that plan. And then I guess the next thing that's required, I guess I know that this is an overused word, but it really takes persistence. I mean, you got to have that. I'm not giving up. I don't care. I'll do whatever, I have the persistence to move forward. You get a lot more no's in this business than you do yeses. You got to be okay with that. I had a whole class today on rejection, because if you have any problem listening to somebody say no when you're asking for something, it's really going to alter the kind of questions you ask. You'll only ask questions that people will say yes to. But so you just have persistence. A no, it just means not now. It means next opportunity. You got to have tough skin. I'm sorry, but you need to have tough skin to win in the real estate business. You have to have a good sense of humor for sure. I mean, you either laugh yourself to sleep at night or you cry yourself to sleep, but you got to have a great sense of humor, and you have to have a great a short memory. I think that's what will fuel on your persistence. I'm not going to dwell on the 5 people that told me no today. So what? Tomorrow I'm going to have 5, maybe more, that are going to say yes. I'm going to keep moving. So it's almost the willingness to just keep asking for what you want. And if that financial freedom, the quality of life, and the purpose that you have, if they're big enough, and the desire is white enough inside, you'll keep asking. Um, I think that the children have learned that the more times you ask, the better chances you have of getting what you want. You ever try to say no to a 3 or 4-year-old? I mean, come on, they don't even hear, they don't even know what that word means. They hear no, and they just have this little filter over their ear. All they hear is maybe, or go ask mom, or go ask grandpa. They don't even, it doesn't even slow them down. So maybe we have to have the persistence and be willing to ask of a child. I mean, let's go for it. Wayne Gretzky said he's absolutely guaranteed to miss 100% of every shot he doesn't take. I thought that was obvious, but then I went, you're right. You got to keep asking until you really find a way to find the right people. I'm not looking for everybody every day. I'm just looking for somebody that's willing to take that next step. And remember, you don't have to give out samples. Everybody wants one. You just can't let those no's stop you. So we got to have, we've got to, they can't slow us down. We got to have that persistence. Got to have looking for the opportunities as we go. And the last thing, this isn't well, like the last thing, but in our short time together here, the last thing you really need is the discipline to do whatever it takes. I give people plans all the time. They tell me, coach, I'll do whatever it takes. You just show me what to do and I'll go do it. Well, what it really means for some people is they'll do whatever it takes as long as it's easy, as long as they're in the mood. I think that's why the gym all of a sudden is getting uncrowded again. Everybody was going to lose weight, get fit, and all that. Join a gym. For the last 2 or 3 weeks, it was hard to find even equipment to get on. Well, all of a sudden now, everybody's right back to, well, it's too hard. I don't want to do it. So you've got to discipline to go all the way. A lot of agents, and Latanya and I know both that we've met many, we talked to many that are 100% committed to building their business. About 50% of the time, they're 100% committed as long as it's easy. So I think you've got to be willing to go all the way with that. So the last question that I get a lot is, what does it take to get out of the gate and to really start earning quickly? Everybody wants a fast start, and I think the key there is we all need to get a fast start. You want to accelerate your results as quickly as you can, so we want to get out of the chute as quickly as possible. So one of the things that you're going to need is you have to have the support, the encouragement, the training, and the coaching along the way. You can't start. Remember, Latanya can show you how to get a license, but that doesn't mean you're going to win. You have to have that. It's one of the reasons that I've aligned myself with Grand Style Homes and Latanya Martin. She offers that, and I think that's probably as important as anything is to have that. Is to have that support and to have everything that you need along the way. And I think part of it is that training and coaching and all that is part of it. Way to get the success, speed it up more like that. So, and I've got a training program that I take an agent for 90 days. It's a fast start program because I need realtors that need to see that this is possible. And the only way they know that is by cashing a check, going to the bank. So my whole theory is I've got to show them what to do, how to do it, what to say, where to go, so they can get that win in the shortest amount of time. So I think that's pretty important. Well, so how much can I earn my first year? Oh, there's a new question I've heard 100,000 times, like Latanya. And that's one that I don't know. How much can you earn a first year? I already told you it's up to you. You can pretty much write your own ticket. I don't know if you have a job today, if you can go to your boss tomorrow and say you want a $100 raise a day. In real estate, you can give yourself a raise any day you want. You just have to apply yourself a little bit more, which is pretty cool. What a great business where you can actually go out, and name your own income. And all it relates to is what you're willing to put in. And if you are, it's pretty good. I'm coaching brand new agents. This time meaning new, they've just been licensed, that are earning 35, 45, $50,000 their first year. Now, I don't mean that that's just the expectation. All I'm saying is they're naming their income goal, and then they're willing to do whatever it takes. Now, I'm sure Latanya knows, and I do too. I'm not going to, I'm not going to make this crazy and say you could earn $100,000 your first year, but I'll tell you what, I'm coaching agents. I know right out of the bat that they're really creating great results. But again, no smarter than you, no longer in the business. They're just willing to do whatever it takes, and they're really and they actually mean that. More like that. They want to get up and make that happen. So, what a great business! You're able to do that for yourself. Name what it is, and make that happen if you're ready to make that do. So I'm gonna before I end here, I want you to. There's one other thing you might be thinking about, and that is there's just so much competition in this business. I have to dispel that rumor for you. There's a lot of people walking around with a business card, but there's very few that are really. I don't look at them as competition. There's a lot of people that are able to pass a test. They just can't grow a business. They don't align with the right company. They don't have the right plan. They have those things. So I don't look competition now. The only competition you'll have is with yourself. Am I willing to wake up, get up, dress up, show up, and go grow my business? I think that's your number one competitor. It's just yourself. It's nobody else. I don't care what anybody else is doing. If you can make that happen, yeah, you can do pretty good along the way. And especially now, I look at it today, and I'm again not just as it's a great time to start, but man, it sure is. So I've given a couple of things to Latanya. She'll be able to share with you if you want. I've got my pyramid for achievement, how to be your best. It'll show you some things that I believe in, that starts with gratitude and moves through 13 areas that if you can focus on these, you got a pretty good chance. But you have to have all those other things as well. So with that, thanks for listening to that part of it. Now, Latanya, how do they get their license? I mean, that's what they might be wondering now. I'm all in, but what do I do next? Or if I have my license, how do you and I talk about what we can do from here forward? So you go take it from there.
Thank you, Bill. As Bill mentioned, he has a training program called the First 100 Days Fast Track to Results. So he'll help you jumpstart your career, and that includes a 54-page workbook and audio, a customized marketing plan, lead generation strategies, as well as daily activities. Literally, you tell him how much you want to make a year, and he'll bring it all the way back to how many people you need to talk to a day. Again, as he mentioned, the main thing is you have to be willing to put in the work, because if you're not willing to do that, you won't make whatever income that you're needing to make. And being a realtor, I say this daily, you can't be a secret agent. So if this is something that you want to do part-time, you can do it part-time, but it's still going to take full-time hours. So it's like you're going to have two full-time jobs. You have to give it 100% to get out of it 100%. You have to have time to make your calls. You have to have time to meet with people. You have to have time to show houses. And we give you all the tips and tricks to do that. So besides the one-on-one coaching with Bill, we also have our office meetings weekly, once a week on Wednesdays. We also have in the back office a Real Estate Pro Academy, which also gives you some training that you take at a self-pace. We do have a mentorship and shadowing program, so you're not alone. I say we're like a family. So once you decide that you want to get out and go to some locations, you have a team member who is willing to support you and go out with you as well. We provide individual agent websites, and CRM is included with that, as well as marketing templates. And me being the broker, accessibility. Sometimes I feel like I'm too accessible, but it definitely accessibility. We also do monthly home buyer classes, and you're able to log in. You have to log into the back office. And the key to all of this is you'll have a plan. You just got to execute it and do it. But that's about Grand Style Homes and what we offer. Let me tell you what the next steps are. as to getting your real estate license. Let me pull that up. And if you have any questions, put those in the chat. Definitely want to make sure, for me or Bill, want to make sure that we get those answered for you as well. So for those that are not licensed, we want to talk about the steps to getting your real estate license. And I also want to talk to you about what's going on in the market, right? So when we first got on, we talked about how things have changed with COVID. I will say sales have still went up in 2020. Real estate didn't stop. Real estate sales continue to go. We just had to find a little bit of a different way to do business, right? So I can say that I've sold several homes from my computer, especially for those who wanted to do new construction. I was able to schedule and arrange some things for them to meet, to go either virtually see the home virtually or schedule for them to do an appointment with one-on-one, so that it wasn't so many people in the model home at one time. So it just sort of depends. Of course, if it's a existing home, you know your realtor has to, of course, go with you, but it's about also having connections. So because we know several builders in the area, we know several upcoming new construction areas coming up, just getting in touch with them and putting our customers in the right place. And then we also send them listings and things like that. So yes, we do have to go out and show homes. The key is making sure your client knows what they want, which honestly, most of the time they don't. They'll tell you what they want and what they need, and you have to help them figure out too how the market is and what's going on with the market based on what they're approved for and what they're actually looking for and what's out here. Because I will say this limited inventory and things still are selling very quickly depending upon the price range of the homes. But let's get you licensed. All right, let's get you licensed. So most of you, I think, on here are in Tennessee. So when you go to Tennessee School of Real Estate, write that down. Tennessee School of Real Estate is where you'll be able to go to do your education. And what you'll have to have is a 60-hour and a 30-hour course. So you have to be 18 years of age, have a high school diploma or equivalent. If you have felonies, and I've only had one agent that had a felony, and I had to go with them to the real estate commission to see if they could get approved to get their license. So it won't stop you. You just had to have someone who will vouch for you and work with you if you do have those issues. You have to complete 90 hours of pre-licensing education, which is a 60-hour and a 30-hour course. Pass the final exams with at least a 75%. And then you'll go to PSI to take your exam. And then you'll pass the exam. Once you pass the exam, they'll take your photo, print out the forms that you'll need to get fingerprinted. You'll get your errors and omissions, and you'll take that application that they give you to meet with a real estate broker. So when you first start, you can't immediately just open up your own company or start on your own. You have to be with the company. So definitely you want to interview with real estate companies that fit what you're looking for. And being new, sometimes you don't know what you need, but you need somebody to help you get started, definitely. So you'll take that application with you once you decide which company that you want to go with, and they'll sign you up under their brokerage. Now, once you've been licensed for 3 years, if you decide that you want to get your broker's license or even open up your own brokerage, that's a possibility as well. So to take that test, again, you can go to the Tennessee School of Real Estate.com. And it also has some little information here about, real estate, as Bill brought out, you can be your own boss. We talked about flexible hours. It's flexible hours to a point, but when you're first getting started, you're still going to work sometimes more than 40 hours. It sort of depends on what you're trying to do, because you have to put in the work to get the clients. And I will say, if you're at a job right now you have a database. So if you have customers or friends or associates at your job, those could be potential customers once you get licensed. So start collecting your database of names now, um, of those who you'll be able to talk to once you do get your license. But the sky is the limit, as Bill brought out. You decide what you want to make. You know, you can, whatever that number is, will help you get there with a plan. But it's unlimited opportunity, but it is work. It is work. It's not just, it'll get to a point where it's a little bit easier, but it's not easy. You know, the pictures that people are posting of sold, dressed up, looks great. But to get there, it's work. It's work involved, and sometimes it's a little stressful because, you know, even with the things with COVID and new construction, things don't happen to close on times. Your client might get frustrated, especially if they're trying to sell one house and move into another. So things can come up. um, I got a closing that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, and literally the homeowner's insurance is holding up my the buyers buying the property. I'm selling the property, but them closing on time, so they're not getting a clear to close. And there'll be certain terms and words and things like that that you'll need to know and that you will learn, because that's one thing that we do weekly is have different speakers come on. It's education that you need to know, because you being the real estate professional, you're always going to know more than your client, whether you're new or not, which is always going to be helpful for you. But you also want to know that you have somebody to back you and help you when you do have questions. So when you go online to TennesseeSchoolOfRealEstate.com, this one only has self-paced. So if you're looking for any type of in-classroom, this is not where you're going to go. But this is self-paced, and you just go to book now. And if you're not in Tennessee, you can choose whatever state that you're in. It's statewide. And this one's already automatically goes to Tennessee. But if it's a different state, you can choose what state you're at. And go down, and they have different packages. And I would say if you're on here to choose the standard package, which includes the exam prep, so that you, exam prep is important. So you can take the course, but you want something to help you with your memorization and to help you memorize and refresh you before you go take that test. I'm one of those, I have to learn it, then dump it. So that's what I do when I take a test. I have to learn it and quickly let it out. Um, but you know, you have some people that take the test one time, and some people have taken it more than once. So it just depends on what you retain. But all this book knowledge that you're going to get is not going to be when you get out here and get going, what you're going to need. You're going to need some training on the real world and what's going on right now. But the law and everything like that will help you stay intact with the law part of real estate. And we do have a question, so let me go to the question. I'm retired but want to come back. What's the best way to go through the process? So just call the real estate commission. When you call the real estate commission, as long as you have kept up with your CE, you should be fine, and continue to make if I don't know if you had any payments or anything you had to pay being in retirement, but just call them and they'll tell you exactly what you need to get back going. Um, and I just had one that just came out of retirement as well, who had moved out of state and moved back. So I don't think it was, I think they just had to pay a fee to reinstate. So not too difficult to come back once you've been gone. The key is once you come back, let's get going.
Right.
Let's see what other. Can you elaborate on errors and omissions insurance? Yes. So as a realtor, you can get sued for anything. Just like just like owning, you're self-employed, you own a business. People can sue you for things that happen, but it sort of protects you if things do happen and they sue you as a professionally. If it's something ethical, something that you say or do, and they sue you, you can put that against your insurance. So it's an insurance protection, and it's like 239 for 2 years. Um, and I think it's the minimum is $100,000 policy, but every realtor has to have it. Um, and you have to have it and keep it active, or you can get fined from the real estate commission. So they
It's like
require you to have-
malpractice. It's like
Yeah.
malpractice insurance.
Let's see. Okay, that was it on the question. Any other questions?
How much is that Tennessee License School? What do those courses cost? Or is there?
Oh, let me go back to that. And I have a coupon code, and I need to get the coupon code. So, it's this one is $4.59. This one automatically on here today is giving you 25% off, but I have a 40%. Actually, this one is pre-green. It's giving you different price, different amount off depending upon. It's giving you $100 off. It's giving you $100 off. But I have a one that gives you 40% off. Let me see. Let me see, do I have a coupon code? I usually have them together before I even get on the phone, so I'm sorry about that. Let me see what coupon code. So through the end of the month, and you can see which one is better for you. The coupon code I have is BRIGHT, 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 and it'll give you 40% off the course. And again, I would suggest you take the one that does. Again, you can do the cheaper one without the study guides, but I would recommend doing the ones with study guides. They're more helpful. So BRIGHT gives you 40% off. Any other questions? Bill, anything you'd like to add to wrap it up?
Well, that training, the training program, the Fast Track First 100 Days, that's $395. But with my alignment with Latanya and Grand Style Homes, it's $195. And then I think, how do you help them with that?
Right. So after your 100 days, or even before your 100 days, at any point within you taking that program that you do a sale within that 100-day training, I reimburse you for it. So basically, as long as you put in the work, I pay for the class.
Nice.
You get it back, and it's something that once you take, it doesn't end at that 100 days because Bill continues to work with you. But it'll be a continual thing. But if as long as you sell something within that 100 days, I do reimburse you for that class.
Very good.
Well, again, I appreciate everyone for attending and coming in on time and and listening. I hope it was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. My cell phone number is 615-582-1156 is my mobile number. So call me direct, or if it was off social media that you got me, you can always inbox me as well with whatever questions that you have, or if you're ready to take the next step and need any additional information. So I'm here to help, and I appreciate you all again. And I'll hopefully talk to you soon and see you soon. Have a great day. Great night.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.